Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever had one of those days which you didn't know which side was up? So, today, this is Thursday night. I mean, this is almost midnight on a Thursday night. And I'll be posting this to come out tomorrow afternoon. But I have just had, it's been a good day, but an interesting day. But you also had, a friend that's kind of going through some stuff too, and you're praying for him at the same time. But I'm sitting here in front of you and I'm just overwhelmed sometimes. The generosity of the bourbon community is absolutely freaking amazing. I'll do my month end video, in less than a week from now. And I've noticed that most of the bottles that mean a lot to me or were the amazing bottles collected were things that were gifts this month. And it's just phenomenal. And this is one of them. Dave Vogelsang, he always, if you haven't heard or watched or followed up on the comments, Dave hunts hard. There's two people that I know that I'm like, I never will be able to compete with. One of them's Terrence and the other one's Dave. They just have a super knack and they just find some things, but they work really, really hard to get those things. I mean, they're out looking for them. They're checking them out. And I think I hunt hard, but those guys just kill it. So Dave, he had mentioned that he had found something that was, that was right in my wheelhouse and he thought that I would enjoy. And I was like, yeah, that'd be a bottle. Well, he got me the bottle. So this is a Nulu Amburana Cask finish. Nulu has been killing it for me. I absolutely, if you see, I've got some Nulu up on my shelves here. Nulu has been phenomenal for me. And then Amburana Cask, I mean, I'm like, man, and this is a Binny's pick coming in at 116.6. Dave even teased me, he said, I hope the proof's not too low, but no, it's absolutely not. It's right in my wheelhouse of things that I like, even though sometimes I go scorcher or flamethrower. Very, very excited about this. Dave, thank you so much. And the generosity, it didn't end there. Victor, if I butcher your last name, please call me out on Whiskey Wisdom's live tomorrow on Friday night, or on Baker Drinks live Saturday night. I'll be on both of those. So I'll be on Friday night. I know that Independent Joe will be on Whiskey Wisdom's live tomorrow, but I'm sure I'll pop on and say hey and stuff for a little bit. But then I'll also be on Baker Drinks on Saturday night. We're going to go over 13th Colony, a bourbon that's local to this area that I really, really enjoy. So looking forward to talking with, Laura and Troy from Baker Drinks. They do a fantastic job out there, but the 13th Colony doesn't really get distributed out there. So this will be their first experience with it too, which I think will be really cool. And I'll be able to be on their channel for that. So looking forward to that as well. 1,000 subscribers, you guys have killed it. And like I said, I'm worried I'm going to butcher Victor's name because amazing gifts from him today as well. I'll go over some of that later. But he did also add an Eagle Rare to the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So there's an Eagle Rare, there's an Infinity bottle, a 1 liter Buffalo Trace, an E.H. Taylor small batch, and a Jack Daniel's barrel proof single barrel store pick. But wait, there's more. So, I had a lot of comments, and I do read every one of the comments, and I try to reply to every one of them. I know sometimes it's hard to get everyone. If I miss somebody, I apologize, but I try to get to every one of them. In the comments, they were like, wouldn't it be a great idea that you maybe gave multiple winners out? And so I put the poll up, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, that would be pretty cool. So now there's at least 5 winners. But like I said, and wait, there's more. I actually was able to drop off a blind tonight for Matt out at Whiskey Wisdom. And he had 3 incredible bottles he's been holding for me that I'm looking forward to. And I brought him a bottle, and I bought him the blind pack, and I brought him some samples and stuff. And we were talking through it, and I know that I'm going to get Baker Drinks a sample pack kit. I know I'm going to get Major 01. Whiskey Wisdom has one. There's a couple of members on the channel. I know that Terrence has also agreed to doing this, and there's a couple more I'm going to reach out to as well. But I'd also like to do a giveaway of a sample pack during that same time. So that'll be at least 6 things now that'll be given out for the 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you're subscribed, you went to the 1,000 subscriber video, you put the right word or phrase in the comments, you'll be eligible to be drawn for that Continental US over 21. So definitely looking forward to that. I love blinds. Blinds are the bias killer, and I have a lot of fun with blinds. I think anyone that's done them has done really an amazing job, because not everyone's going to like everything. And I don't expect everyone to go, oh yeah, this is A, this is B, this is C. I like the variety. I like that people say, nope, this just isn't my jam. And I don't care if it was a multiple $100 bottle. If it's not your jam, it's not your jam. If you happen to like this bottle, there's plenty of $50 bottles I'd take over a $200 or $300 bottle. So I like that. And I think the blinds are fun. And I think what we'll do on this is, winner, the first person drawn, they'll have first choice. Second person will have second choice. And it'll just go down the list that way. So the last person may get stuck with the blinds, or maybe, the Infinity bottle or the Buffalo Trace. But you know what? It's a nice gift. And it's a thank you very much that you guys have supported this channel. You guys have done so much for me with your generosity, which I truly, truly appreciate it. Speaking of generosity, let me get into this. So I'm looking forward to this tonight. Been a long day. Haven't had anything today. Looks like it's got some nice oils to it. This almost has a deep orange hue. So on this one, it's a little bit neat, is I get some of the cinnamon, but I also get like a pink bubblegum type of a note on there, which is really neat. Sometimes you'll get like a caramel note, or you'll get a burnt sugar note, or sometimes you'll get, the honey type on the nose, or a deep brown sugar. But this one, I'm kind of get a refreshing cinnamon, but then pink bubblegum thing going on. Not overproofy on the nose, which is I like. You don't get a lot of that ethanol burn on the nose, which is nice. Nice fingers of oil coming down, sheening down the side of the Glencairn right now. So it definitely has some viscosity there. Looking forward to that. And I tend to like things that are higher proof, because they're not usually thin on the mouth. They stick with you for a little bit. They have better finishes. They've got some oils to them, a creaminess to them a lot of times. So I'm getting some of the oak in there now, but I'm really getting a lot of the cinnamon. And I really like the cinnamon. I really like the little bit of a pink bubblegum note on it. I like the oak on it. Let's see what we get on the palate with this. So I'm getting a little bit of a pepper on the tongue. It's got and it's not like the bubblegum taste on the mouth. That's more on the nose. I'm getting kind of a light brown sugar on the back and heavy cinnamon. So this is really, really nice. There's a buttery quality to this that I really, really like. I'm getting a little bit of a kind of a bready, yeasty note. What it kind of reminds me of when I drink this a little bit is, I'm sure that some of the viewers that are on this channel that probably in my age class, they remember as a kid, you know, Saturday mornings, cartoons are coming on. You make up your toast, you put your butter on your bread, and you have the white sugar and the cinnamon mixed up in your bowl, and you put it on your toast. This is what it reminds me of. Not the Cinnamon Toast Crunch sugar, but the original cinnamon toast. So you get a little bit of the bread, a little bit of the butter, some of the sugar that comes with it, and then the cinnamon on this. And that's the one thing I love about Amburana Finishes is I love cinnamon. If you're not a cinnamon person, Amburana is not your thing. If you are in the cinnamon, it is definitely your thing. I would say this is about a medium finish, but it's got a really nice mouthfeel to it. After the initial cinnamon toast, the old school cinnamon toast you get on this, it also gets a little bit, and I've had some of this on another Amburana cask. I can't remember which one it was, but it's almost like you have the old school cinnamon sticks, or you know, that you used to, not cinnamon sticks, but the cinnamon toothpicks. But it's not super hot, just like it was just sitting in your mouth, and you got a little bit of that flavor afterward. Actually, finishes a bit longer now, so it kind of crept back up on me a little bit. So I'd say it's medium to a long because I still get that cinnamon coming through on it. Really strange on the back of the palate there too. I got this almost like hoppy taste for half a second. And I don't know if it's just some of the grains that are coming through in there. It's not hitting me as immature at all. I think it's just really nice complexity and balance to this. Binny's, I've had a couple of Binny's now, thanks to Dave. They do a really good job of picking their barrels. I'll give them that. Because the two things that I've had from them, I've absolutely loved them both. Dave, absolutely great pour here. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you very much. I believe I've got enough Amburana finishes that I believe I can do an Amburana blind now, which, if someone happens to be an Amburana fan, maybe I'll put the Amburana blinds in with the other blind. So it'll be a double blind. So I'm thinking that'll be the prize number 6, will be a double blind. An Amburana blind and a true blind, where you'll get to see some of the results from some other YouTubers. So you'll get to see it from Whiskey Wisdom, Baker Drinks, Major Zero, and then there's some heavies in there. Terrence has agreed to do this. I'm going to reach out to a couple other people to see if they would like to do it as well. And then we'll get someone that's part of the 1,000 subscribers that wins a prize. If they happen to select it or it happens to land on them, they'll get that too. Looking forward to seeing the results on that. I am excited for the weekend. Alabama Bourbon Drop Saturday morning. Friday night Whiskey Wisdom Saturday night. Like I said, Baker Drinks. It's going to be a whiskey-full weekend. College football starts. It doesn't get much better than this. Now, if the weather would just turn it down a couple of notches, it will be all right. Few of you out there, I'm keeping you definitely in prayer. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. I hope you and your family have an amazing weekend. Cheers and God bless.